That's fine with me. Like I said, when I came into this field of work, and John, I was in the music industry for almost a decade,
Right.
and it's funny, like the comments that we would get on our music videos on Vivo and such. Um, they were very superficial comments. They were like, "Oh, I was in a pop duo with another girl, so one of our music videos is in Hollywood, and it's just a bunch of people dancing on the street, and we're dancing." And people would comment like, "Oh, you guys look like a bunch of hookers." Well, nothing that bad. But now the opprobrium and censure that I get from being in politics, it's no holds barred. It's They call me the C word, the B word. They go after my
Well,
family,
because you're
and
a
it's
conservative, though, Amanda. If you were a liberal, if you were a rabid, raging liberal, conservatives would never treat you that way. And liberals would fawn all over you. Look at this girl. She's beautiful. She's articulate. She's so brilliant. She's so quick on her feet. If you replaced Trump with Hillary or Obama or Pelosi or Reid or Warren or, just insert Democrat here, Schumer, you would be the great. First of all, you'd probably be a much bigger star. And second of all, there'd be a swoon fest. And if a conservative dared say they didn't like your hair, there'd be a boycott of every one of their sponsors. They'd be fired from their job because the left is just insane and unhinged. Because you're not on the left, it's okay to attack you in vile ways.
yeah, and it's one of my favorite things to do when I'm out in Hollywood and I meet someone and they're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I say I work in political media. So being a woman in Hollywood, they automatically assume that I'm a liberal. So they're like, "Oh, that's so great. Can you believe what's happening in DC? This is such an
Right.
S show." And then I'm like, "Well, actually, I'm spokesperson for a PAC called Committee to Defend the President, and I'm known as the Hollywood conservative."
Yeah. And then that must just drain, it must just drain
And
all the
then for the
blood
rest
from
of
there.
the night, I have to hold my hand over my drink.
It's like that scene in A Bronx Tale. You've like locked them in a room and said, now you just can't leave.
Right.
The color just drains from their faces. No, these people are unhinged, and they're going to be more unhinged because yesterday, Donald Trump had a couple of pretty big wins. I was talking about it a little earlier on the show. Well, actually, he had about three big wins yesterday, right? He had Macron come, and essentially it was a love fest, a bromance between Trump and Macron. He gets Pompeo through committee over the last couple of days. And yesterday, he finds out that McConnell filed cloture on Pompeo and Rick Grinnell's nominations. Most likely, they'll be confirmed in the next couple of days.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Rick is a dear friend of mine, and I saw him at a function a few months ago, and he was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll be confirmed in the next week or two." And then fast forward to now, and it still hasn't happened. But it is high time. And John, you know exactly why Democrats are not letting this happen or trying to not let it happen. It's because if confirmed, he will be the highest ranking openly gay diplomat in American
Oh,
history, and
that is
that will
exactly
blow.
why they can't give that to Trump. I love bringing you these shows, and I want to do it every day. Help me do it by subscribing to our premium service at www.therebel.media/shows.